Welcome everyone to the 122nd annual commencement exercise of Hamilton Central School. It was definitely bumpy road getting here today, and there were many unknowns, but we made it. We are gathered here today to celebrate a group of fine young men and women and bestow upon them the honor of becoming graduates of Hamilton Central School. I'd like to start the ceremony by introducing dignitaries joining us this evening. Seated behind me are Senior Class Advisor, Mrs. Sue Lehman, Commencement Speaker, Mr. Richard Hansen, accompanied by his wife and elementary teacher, Mrs. Hope Hansen, Superintendent of Schools, Mr. William Dowson, Board of Education President, Ms. Michelle Jacobson, and Board of Education Vice President, Dr. Ellen Larson. It is an honor to be standing here today addressing the class of 2020. All of you will be remembered fondly within the halls of HCS, and your class will definitely have its place in history. You are a group of students with many different talents. Throughout your time here at HCS, you have been able to explore these talents. In working with each other and with your teachers, you have developed interests and passions that will guide you in your future. In order to continue your growth, you will need to experience a variety of things outside of our walls. While each of you will take your own path, I am confident that you have all gained the necessary skills to be successful in the next phases of your life. To say this school year has presented some challenges would be a more than accurate statement. However, by looking through the lens of optimism, you can consider these last 3 months as an opportunity for learning and personal growth. You have learned that life can change in an instant, and with this change, you have learned that you are resilient. You can make it through setbacks and still move forward. This is a very important lesson, especially for graduates. Moving ahead, you will experience a great deal of change. Changes may include the places you live, the friendships you make, and the level of independence that will be necessary on your path to success. Life will be different, but you have learned that you can take on anything. An example of that would be today's ceremony. It was one of our seniors, Ian Wilson, who reached out to Mrs. Lehman with the ceremony seating plan you see here today. In spite of this optimistic view, I do feel bad that you've missed some of the events that have traditionally added closure to your time here at HCS. For example, most years, seniors feel a high level of optimism going into the senior faculty softball game during May Jam. Each year, that optimism fades quickly, and they experience the life lesson of defeat. On a most serious note, one of my most favorite senior events happens in Forum each June, when seniors are invited up to the stage and the faculty lines the outside walls of the auditorium. There are many hugs and a few tears as the seniors get an opportunity to say goodbye to their teachers. Being a small school, many of our teachers have taught every student, and most likely taught them more than once. At HCS, we build very strong relationships with our students over the years, and this event is as important for our teachers as it is the students. What I've missed the most about the spring, though, is the time. We lost over 3 months together. In those everyday interactions that I wish we could get back. As you move forward in life, try to remember the importance of time. Remember that your day-to-day interactions with the people you care about are often more important than the big one-time events. Cherish the time you have with family and your friends. Along with time, I'd like to remind you the importance of character. Character is an accumulation of decisions and interactions over time. It is not one event that defines your character, but a pattern of behaviors that builds the person you will become. A person of good character has integrity. They do the right thing, even if it is not the easiest option. They value kindness. While on the path to success, they understand the importance of helping others along the way. Finally, a person of good character is open-minded. They recognize that other people have had different life experiences, and they are willing to listen and learn, and broaden their understanding of the world. During your lives, occasionally mistakes and setbacks are unavoidable, but if you maintain a character you can be proud of, you will always be moving in the right direction. After you leave here today and celebrate your accomplishments this weekend, please know that as you move into adulthood, we will be relying on all of you to become active members of your communities. If we can make better communities, we can strive for a better world. We are facing many challenges in our society right now. For example, as much as we wish for it, we have not yet reached a state of equality and justice for all. It is easy to become disheartened as this problem that has persisted throughout many generations. One thing that gives me hope, though, is that today there are more conversations occurring. There are more people who are ready for self-reflection and who are willing to educate themselves. Technology and social media have connected us, and I think this is a good thing as we fight for a more just society. This connectedness allows us to share our experience and to gain a better understanding of how people are treated differently within our society. Social change is up to all of us, but as many other things, we look especially to our young people. I know that you will use your skills and talents to reach your goals and to find your personal definition of success. At this time, I ask that you also use your energy and enthusiasm to work for a betterment of our society and world. These two pursuits can coexist, and indeed they often do. Seniors, it has been such a pleasure working with you over the years. I'm so proud of you, and I look forward to hearing about your accomplishments and hopefully seeing you in person now and then in the future. Best of luck to all of you, and congratulations on your high school graduation. Speaking next will be our superintendent, Mr. William Dalzin.
Thank you, Mr. Arquette. Welcome graduates, families, loved ones who are watching on our live stream. I'm thrilled that we're able to be here in person tonight on this beautiful night. Back on campus where we so desperately wanted to be for the last 4 months. This celebration is what this class deserves, and I'm so happy we have this opportunity. I'd like to thank Mr. Arquette, Mrs. Lehman, and Mrs. Powery for all their efforts in putting on tonight's program. I'd also like to take some time to congratulate Mr. Hanson, Mrs. Haskins, and Mrs. Powery on their upcoming retirement. 96 years of combined service to the students of HCS is something to be recognized and celebrated. Please join me in giving them a round of applause. I'd like to thank all of you for your support and understanding as we, as a school and community, responded to the unexpected pandemic of COVID-19. I'm very proud of the way our students, parents, faculty and staff, and community handled the demands we were faced with as we continue to educate and provide services for our students during these most unusual circumstances. I know it's been a challenging few months, especially for you, our families. You juggled work, home life, pandemic worries, and economic concerns, all while supporting your children with virtual learning. I very much appreciate your patience, your understanding, and your support as we all navigated this new model of teaching and learning together. I was recently reading an article and came upon this quote: "What did the class of 2020 do to deserve this chaos? They entered the world around the 9/11 crisis and now are graduating during a global pandemic in a time of racial injustice and unrest. We all agree that you didn't deserve this chaos, and we can all agree that you've handled it superbly." COVID-19 has had a profound effect on all of our lives. Social distancing and safety measures have dramatically limited and changed how we work, we learn, we play, communicate, and we celebrate. The pandemic has deprived you of some defining moments in your lives and rites of passages you've been looking forward to for years, and for that I'm truly sorry. Some of you lost your last sports seasons, some lost your final chance to participate in clubs that you're passionate about, some of you lost your final opportunities to display or perform your art, whether with a brush, a violin, or trumpet, and some of you lost your opportunity to display a project, whether here at HCS or at BOCES, or present your internship experience, and all of you lost a chance to have fun with your friends and classmates on your senior trip, and the closure that you were promised would come in the last 3 months of your senior year. Although, as Mr. Arquette said, you were spared one loss, the loss you would have experienced at the hands of the faculty during the senior faculty softball game at May Jam. Losing the last 4 months of your senior year was certainly not what you had planned, but it's definitely an experience that will affect your lives forever and a memory you'll never forget. All of us sitting here today are made up of our experiences and memories. All of the things that you've been through up to this point make you who you are, and the best part is, you're not done yet. You're really just beginning. You'll continue to experience things, both good and bad, and make memories every day that mold you into who you are and who you're meant to become. When things don't go quite as planned, like this senior year, how you handle the disappointments and challenges that you face will determine the experience that you have and the memory you came away with. I'm not going to sugarcoat the challenges that our society is facing at this time. They are major and they're troubling. You can use the current chaos of our world as an excuse, or you can use it as a motivator to find your purpose and take advantage of opportunities that may arise. And when these crises pass, and they will in time, you'll also see new opportunities because of this shared global experience and the opportunities for change that are embraced by our young citizens. Although this pandemic was a monumental event for your class, you've had numerous events and accomplishments occur every year at HCS that you can be proud of and cherish as lifelong memories. When I look at this class and think about your impact on HCS, I see great personal growth, I see varying passions, aspirations, and characteristics that are instrumental in making positive change within our society. There's never been a better time to make use of everything you've learned in your 13 years at HCS, to embrace these new opportunities, and to build a more just and equitable world. After all, you are an Emerald Knight, and you embody the qualities of what an emerald and a knight represent. An emerald represents growth, reflection, peace, balance, and healing. The lush tones reflected in the emerald are tempered by a cool blue, which symbolizes a steadfast bond. This, along with the gem's rarity, make the emerald unique. A knight is represented by 7 traits: courage, justice, mercy, generosity, faith, nobility, and hope. These are characteristics that our world so desperately needs at this time. The traits of an Emerald Knight are critical in creating a safe and supportive world where all citizens feel accepted and valued. You, the class of 2020, are those knights capable of creating systemic change in our society. Despite the uncertainty of the last 4 months, because of your resilience, your willpower to endure is stronger than any obstacle. Don't dwell on what was lost, but rather look at the opportunities that lie ahead of you. No one will ever forget the class of 2020 and what you've had to endure and how beautifully you've handled it. Congratulations and good luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you, Mr. Dowsey. Our commencement speaker this evening is a very familiar face in our Hamilton community. Mr. Richard Hansen has taught in the Social Studies Department at HCS for 32 years. He has coached basketball, cross country, and track and field. Last year, he made his acting debut playing President Roosevelt in a middle school production of Andy Jr. During the summer, you can find him on ladder painting houses or in the Village Green coordinating a weekly fun run with his wife, Hope, handing out popsicles for the kids. He has been an HCS father as well, with his 2 daughters, Hillary and Haley, graduating from Hamilton. Mr. Hansen taught his last in-person class on March 13th of this year, as he is now retired. We will truly miss him and his contributions to our school, and we wish him the best in his retirement. Please welcome our 2020 commencement speaker, Mr. Richard Hansen.
Thank you, Mr. Arquette. I finally have you all together. 2020 graduates, congratulations. Great to see you. Right? Good to see you all. Right? Just a quick disclaimer. I took great liberty today with the thoughts of Tolstoy, Gandhi, Lincoln, and others. So if any of those folks want to come after me for copyright infringements, they can have at it. I also tear up watching Ken Burns documentaries, but I'll try to get through this. The last time I spoke at a commencement ceremony was in 2003. That would put most of your graduates around 1 year of age. So either the class of 2003 and the class of 2020 are the most intelligent HCS classes of the 21st century, or these two classes have the worst taste in graduation speakers. I'd like to think it's the former and not the latter. If my memory serves me correctly, this is the first graduation ceremony held outdoors since 1988-89 school year. That was my first year teaching here at HCS. In my 32 years, I've only missed one graduation. My wife happened to be in labor, and I couldn't squeeze both those events in the same day. If there is a word that can describe the class of 2020, it's perseverance. You and your families have had to endure these extraordinary times. Most of you probably fell 7 times, but you stood up 8. That's what counts. I'm sure at times it felt impossible, but you did it. As parents of 2 HCS grads, I couldn't have imagined both my wife and I teaching with our 2 daughters remote learning, all in the same household. Graduates, I'm sure it wasn't what you were hoping for, and parents, I don't know how you did it. It would not have been a Hallmark episode at our house, I promise you. All of you are post 9/11 babies. You all have witnessed in your tenure here at Hamilton Center a boom in social media and technology that probably could be rivaled by the dawn of radio and television in the 20th century. If you weren't texting, YouTubing, TikToking, memeing, emojiing, or GPSing, you have seen us go from VCRs, Laserdiscs, to DVDs, to streaming services. From MySpace to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and others for now. You have seen same-sex marriages and LGBT rights become part of our social fabric. Climate change concerns, once just thought of as a scheme, are now one of the most important issues in the 21st century. You have experienced 2 of the largest economic downturns of the last 80 years. You have seen different presidents elected. You've seen recycling and upcycling become part of our vernacular, and many other events and ideas too numerous to name. And through all of this, good and bad, you have endeavored to persevere. What if I told you 10 years from now you'd be exactly the same? I doubt you'd be happy. So don't be afraid of change. Embrace it. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Change the things in the world my generation has not been able to do. Racism, gender inequity, food insecurities, and diseases that have touched every family here. Bring us closer together as a society. Make us more kind. I know that's a lot for your plate. Be mindful of the moments in your life ahead of you and act on the moments. Don't react. We are counting on you. With your perseverance comes character, and with that comes hope. Don't sit on the sidelines waiting for things to get easier, simpler, or better. Life will always be complicated. Learn to be happy right now, otherwise you will run out of time. In closing, let me draw on some words of Abraham Lincoln. He is the epitome of perseverance. After his mother died, his dad farmed him out as a laborer and kept all the money that he made. His first love and fiancée died at the age of 22. He failed in 2 businesses, lost the first 8 elections he ran in for public office, and even in his successful run for the presidency, less than 4 in 10 Americans voted for him. He described himself as a slow walker and wrote, "It doesn't matter how slow you go, so long as you don't stop." I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak today, and I wish you all the very best moving forward. Even if it's a slow walk, seniors, don't stop. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hanson. Our faculty and staff cannot be here today due to attendance limitations, but I'd like to take a moment to recognize all of our faculty and staff for all their hard work, guidance, and leadership of our graduates throughout their years at HCS. Thank you. We will now proceed with the first portion of the awards program. I will call the name of the recipient and they will stand. I will then describe the award. Some students will be receiving multiple awards. Please hold your applause until I read all the awards. Please do not leave your seating area to take photos. First award, group awards. Timothy Mansfield, Madison County Education Association Award, given by the New York State United Teachers Local in Madison County, to the senior with the highest cumulative average in high school. The Austin Jerger Memorial Scholarship, given by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local Union 43, to the senior with the highest cumulative average in high school. Andrew M. Hotelin Memorial Music Award, given by the family of Andrew Hotelin, given to a graduating senior who shows an appreciation for music and enjoys playing in jazz band and concert band. Timothy Mansfield, Molly Stahl. Mathematics Award, given by the Hamilton Masonic Lodge number 120 F and AM to seniors considered most deserving by the mathematics staff. Molly Stahl. Christopher Schenkel Memorial Music Scholarship, aka the Superman Award, given by Kathy Schenkel and the Friends of HCS Music to honor the memory of a teacher who dedicated his passion and musical talents to his students. It is awarded to a senior who has actively participated in the high school orchestra, as well as being involved in All-County, Area All-State, and NISMA. The Robert Kuiper Memorial Scholarship, given by the Hamilton Rotary Club, to a senior who demonstrates outstanding leadership and service to the school and community throughout their high school career. Peter Klingeman. The Frank Vecchio Memorial Music Award, given by the family of Frank Vecchio, to a graduating senior with a strong interest and dedication to music and an interest to continue in the field of music. Beth Belanger, Peter Klingeman. Hamilton Sports Booster Club Awards, given by the Hamilton Sports Boosters Club to a senior girl and a senior boy who have made significant contributions in academics, athletics, and extracurricular activities. David S. Follett Memorial Scholarship Award, given by family and friends of David S. Follett, given to a graduating female and male who have demonstrated average or above average academic achievement and have participated in at least one sport per year throughout their high school career. The Charles Lloyd Sports Scholarship Award, given by the family and friends of Charles Lloyd, to To a senior who has participated in 2 sports per year, 9 through 12, and has displayed good sportsmanship, has shown respect to teachers and staff throughout high school. Beth Belanger, Strong as Heck Award, given by the friends and family of Adam R. Heck, to a senior who is known for their leadership, loyalty, dedication, and strength. Adam was known for all these qualities. Adam was a member of the class of 1992. Theo McCarn, Friends of HCS Music Award, given by the Friends of Hamilton Central School of Music, to a senior who has displayed an enthusiasm for music and exemplary participation in music program. The Glenn and Carol Hance Memorial Scholarship, given by the Hance family, to a senior who has shown good leadership, citizenship, and character, has a positive attitude, open-mindedness, and tolerance. Timothy Mansfield and Theo McCarr. The James J. Feely Memorial Awards, given by the James J. Feely Memorial Fund, to the graduating seniors with the highest school average in English and mathematics. Ashley DeRufa, Timothy Mansfield. The David W. Felton Community Memorial Hospital Award, given by the Board of Directors of Community Memorial Hospital, to graduating senior who exhibits concern for their fellow students and contribute to the well-being of the entire school. Adeline Tenase, the Maureen Lushowski Memorial Scholarship Award, given by the Board of Directors of Community Memorial Hospital, to a senior who has shown strong academic achievement and plans to continue in the field of healthcare. Congratulations, recipients. Our next speaker is the valedictorian of the class of 2020, Timothy Mansfield. Timmy is the son of Jennifer and Timothy Mansfield. Timmy has been active in a full range of scholastic and extracurricular activities. During his junior year, Timmy was a recipient of the University of Rochester Bausch and Lomb Honorary Science Award, as well as the Clarkson University Leadership Award. Timmy has served as class president, secretary for a local chapter of the National Honor Society, and editor of the Emerald Press, Hamilton's school newspaper. Throughout his high school career, Timmy was also a member of concert band, jazz band, and orchestra, and was a member of All County for 1 year. Timmy was also a 2-year member of the varsity basketball team. One of his greatest accomplishments during high school was earning Eagle Scout rank. This is the highest achievement attainable in the Boy Scouts of America organization. He achieved this distinguished rank after 8 years of service to the community, placing him among the 3% of Scouts nationally to reach that level. After graduating from high school, Timmy will enroll at Rice University in Houston, Texas, to study biomedical engineering. Please welcome the class of 2020 valedictorian, Timothy Mansfield.
First of all, I'd like to thank the school administration for all the hard work they've done to get us here today in person. Let me set up the scene for you. It's closing hours of Spirit Week. The class of 2020's Radeball team, forged in the fires of Cell 9 Division, got their backs against the wall, facing a surprisingly decent junior team. Somehow, despite our hard training, very complex strategies towards senior school week, we found ourselves going into overtime. Were we about to get upset the same way we upset the seniors previous year? Spoiler alert, no. After some heroic saves throughout the shootout from Sammy G, Kelton had a chance to win it all for the seniors. Needless to say, we hit the shot, and at the end of all the celebration, the class of 2020 successfully defended our honor, becoming one of the only two-time back-to-back Raider Bowl world champions. Unfortunately for our class, we weren't able to end our high school careers with a bang, as we had with Spirit Week. In early March, we knew about the looming threat of coronavirus, unaware of the impact it would have on us, and many of us actually didn't mind the prospect of getting some time off. We'd get to sleep in all day, hang out with our friends as much as we wanted, and not have to worry about school for a while. As we know, these assumptions turned out to be completely off as distance learning began and strict social distancing guidelines were put in place. It wasn't until I was taking my dog for a walk around the school when it really hit me. We wouldn't be going back to school. The last whip around was whipped, the last senior lunch was consumed, the last go bells was spoken, and of course, the last 8 a.m. English class was enjoyed. As I walked around the back of the school, I looked back at some great memories. May Jam every year, pushing my car around the physics lab while Sean experimented with some de-icer in the trunk, and of course, the legendary Cell 9 gym class. I just want to say, the teachers dodged a bullet, not having to play the two-time Raider Ball champs and teachers with a student softball game. I wouldn't be talking about these memories today without the people who made these experiences memorable. We're lucky enough that even with a small population to draw from, we have one-of-a-kind teachers, friends, and coaches. We have the type of teachers that have former students coming back from college just to check in with them. The type that you always see in the bleachers during basketball games or in the audience for a musical. The type that you actually like to see us at school. I'd also like to thank both them and the school administration for all the things they've done for us over quarantine. The bubbles in the gift bag were a nice touch. I'm sure I'm speaking for many others by saying that the close friendships we formed aren't ending anytime soon. Part of this might be due to our small size. We're pretty much around the same people all day long. Whether or not you see this as a good thing is debatable, but it no doubt has brought us closer. School-wide, our size has led to close friendships between students of varying grade levels, and I'll definitely be missing some of the younger students we meet. I couldn't write this speech without also mentioning the impact of coaches. In addition to being great people and skillful coaches, our coaches left messages each season to last a lifetime, whether or not we plan to continue the sports. It's not every coach that checks in with the players over quarantine, or can make sports season fun, regardless of our skill level. Lastly, I'd like to thank our parents, who helped us all in their own ways to make us who we are. As we complete this milestone in our life, we can't forget the hard work and care that our parents have poured into us throughout our childhood. There's a reason why every graduation is a speech like this, thanking people with cliche phrases like one of a kind and last a lifetime, and the same reason I wrote this. The people I've mentioned have truly had a profound impact on me and many others. And we'd like to give you all one last thanks. While this isn't the last time you'll see us, we want you all to know that we recognize that all that you've done for us. We're leaving HCS at a time when it's hard to be a proud American, as our list of problems seems to grow each month, and as we take the next step, not knowing when things will return to normal. Hope as we move into our adult lives, we can be like the people I mentioned in this speech, that we can have impacts on others, because in the current day, we need a lot more people like them. It's one thing to be good at your job, but it's another to be a good person on top of that, and we should all make it our goal to accomplish both of these things. As I wrap things up, I'd like to acknowledge one final thing, the closeness of our grade altogether. But I don't want to suggest that we all liked each other. There is something to be said about our overall closeness. This again could be attributed to our small size, but any grade with legend like we have, you know who we are. He's bound to be close. I'll never forget our school spirit weeks, especially our Raider Ball championships. It's truly something for history books. This closeness is something I'm really going to miss leaving Hampton. It's something not many schools have. Teachers, friends, coaches, and anyone involved in making this school what it is. We'll meet again soon. You guys will keep this coming back to Hampton. Go Bears.
We will now have our first presentation of diplomas. Salutatorian Theo McCarn will read the names of his classmates. Again, please do not leave your seating area to take photos.
Zachary Barker, Adam Beeman, Beth Ashley Belanger, Sarah Jane Conley, not present this evening, Elizabeth Christine Dawkins, Nolan Matthew Dye, William Benjamin Eberhardt IV, and Isaiah Jose Figueroa. Jules Griffin Fravel II, Annika Eliza Goller, Samuel Michael Gilbo, Sarah Renee Johnson, Tyler J. Kirk, Peter David Klingeman, Ashley Elizabeth LaRufa, Madeline Ellen Merck, Alicia J. Miller, Skylar A. Niles, and our valedictorian, Timothy Malcolm Mansfield.
We will now proceed with the second portion of the awards program. Again, I will call the name of the recipient and they will stand. I will then describe the award. William Eberhardt, Hamilton Business Alliance Award, given by the Hamilton Business Alliance. given to a senior who is interested in pursuing a career in the field of business. Special consideration will be given to the student who demonstrates an entrepreneurial vision for their future. The Molly Remshaw Memorial Award for Achievement in Dramatics, given by the Warren Remshaw Memorial Fund to a graduating senior who has been especially contributive in the dramatic arts. Annika Goller, Addison Schoonmaker. Excellence in Writing Award, given by the Hamilton Fortnightly Club to seniors who have demonstrated creativity, dedication, and attention to detail in their written work. Zachary Barker. The Kevin Mayer Memorial Award, given by the Kevin Mayer Trust, given to a senior who shows enthusiasm in Hamilton Central School and sports, either through participation and or interest. Jacob Stewart. Music Award, given by the Hamilton Lions Club to a graduating senior who displays good citizenship in musicianship. Jacob. Isaiah Figueroa. The Josh Elliott Memorial Award, given by family, friends, and admirers of Josh Elliott to an outstanding senior who has shown an exuberance for life by combining academic achievement with active participation in arts, team spirit in sports, involvement in community activities, and an attitude of caring for others. Alexis Rice. Eugene and Betty McGregor Memorial Scholarship, given by the trustees of the Memorial Fund to an outstanding college-bound senior. The Larry Nelson Award for Excellence, given by the Technical Theater Supporters, given to a senior who has consistently demonstrated excellent work in the field of technical theater during their high school career. Elizabeth Dawkins. The Hamilton PTO Scholarship for Future Educators, given by the Hamilton PTO to seniors who have demonstrated a past and future interest in early, elementary, or secondary level education fields, and who will be entering a college or university with an accredited program in one of these fields. Elizabeth Dawkins, Sarah Johnson. Hamilton Teachers Association Scholarship, given by the Hamilton Teachers Association to outstanding students who plan to enter the education field. Ian Wilson. William and Frances Morris Moten Memorial Award, given by their family to a senior who has demonstrated qualities of good school citizenship, character, and academic effort. Annika Goller. The Paul Benedict Memorial Rotary Scholarship, given by the Hamilton Rotary Club to a senior who has demonstrated academic achievement and leadership. Beth Belanger, Jacob Stewart. Hamilton Odd Fellows, William D. and James F. Luke Scholarship, given by the Tuscarora Lodge, number 669, IOOF, to outstanding seniors with greatest potential to help create a better world. Samuel Gilbo. Business Education Award, given by the Hamilton Lions Club to the outstanding business education student in the graduating class. Vocational Award, given by the Hamilton Masonic Lodge number 120 F and AM to a graduating senior who has attended the area occupational center and has attained the highest two-year average in an occupational program. The Roberts Memorial Scholarship, given by the Mid-York Press Incorporated. To a college-bound senior at Hamilton Central School with the most improved grade point average from 9th to 12th grade. Molly Stahl, Jacob Stewart. William R. McNeese III Scholarship, given by William R. McNeese III Foundation, to seniors intending to major in engineering, math, science, construction technology, or related fields. Madeline Merck, Addison Schoonmaker, Molly Stahl, Jacob Stewart. The Hinman Scholarships, given by the Hinman Foundation, to outstanding seniors who will be attending post-secondary schools. This concludes our commencement awards. Congratulations to all the recipients. Our next speaker is the salutatorian of the class of 2020, Theo McCartney. Theo is the son of Georgia Frank and Jeffrey McCartney. During his junior year, Theo was awarded the Xerox Award for Innovation in Information Technology. Some of Theo's favorite extracurricular activities are soccer, track, maskers, ski club, jazz band, Boy Scouts, and athletics. He was in band, chorus, and orchestra for 4 years, jazz band for 2 years, and the National Honor Society for 2 years. As a member of the Boy Scouts of America, Theo achieved the distinguished rank of Eagle Scout after 8 years of service to the community. Again, this is the highest achievement attainable in the program and gives Theo the honor of being placed among the 3% of Scouts nationally to reach that level. In the fall, Theo will be attending Brown University, where he plans to concentrate in computer science and possibly sociology. Please welcome the class of 2020 salutatorian Theo McCartney.
Thank you, Mr. Arquette, and thank you everyone for being here today, or should I say, salutations. Well, that was better than I thought it would be. When I heard that I was going to be salutatorian, I was so excited to write my speech. I was ready to write the most amazing speech ever, filled to the brim with fantastic advice, motivation, and inspiration. I was really ready to just shock the world. I rode this excitement right up until the day that it came that I actually had to write this speech. While I was staring at that blank Google Doc, I realized that I am no Martin Luther King or Abraham Lincoln. I do not have anything amazing to say. I am just as clueless as everyone else on the stage when it comes to what our future holds. Instead of making things up, I decided to, as Michael Scott put it, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. In order to make this simple, I have decided to speak about something that everyone can agree on and is not very hard to talk about. I'm going to talk about the ways that HCS, and especially the class of 2020, are so amazing. One of the things that I love most about this class is our resilience and our ability to adapt. After the school closed back in March, a lot of us were pretty confident that we were done for the year. While we were all very disappointed, we accepted our reality and made the most out of our situation. Even though no one was a perfect student during Coronication, we did as much as we had to do. We attended most of our online classes, we paid attention most of the time, we turned in most of the work before the deadline. It wasn't pretty, but all that matters is that we finished. With online classes, having to work through our spring break, and the cancellation of prom and May Jam, it was really hard to see how these last few months of our senior year could be any fun at all. Nevertheless, the senior class of 2020 came through, and even though there was no physical contact, there's no uncertainty that we definitely still managed to have some fun. We had a lot of socially distant walks, bike rides, runs, countless FaceTime calls, and some epic late-night Minecraft gamer sessions. In addition to all this, our 2020 group chat was constantly on fire. Even apart from each other, the class of 2020 still found ways to have fun and make the best of our situation. Another thing that I love about our class is our pride. For us, Spirit Week was no joke. We did not mess around. From minute to win it, to costumes, to hallways, and especially raid ball, we were always on the top of our game. After the glitter catastrophe of our freshman year, our hallways were always S tier. The jungle sophomore year, space our junior year, and camping this year left everyone speechless, at least us. Despite what the judges may have said, our section of the hallway was always the best. The space theme hallway was my personal favorite. It looked amazing on the outside, but no one saw the painstaking work which went into this masterpiece. Ian put in not hundreds, but like a lot of hours, hand painting all the planets. Timmy and Addison copped a fair share of hot glue gun burns, and we had a miserable failed attempt at a paper mache astronaut, and it may or may not have become a biohazard. It smelled so bad. In our little minute to win it challenges, we had many champs, whether it was in the pie eating, arm wrestling, or trivia contest. And obviously, there is Sammy Gilbo's outstanding performance in golf that Timmy described in riveting detail. We sacrificed mind and body to prove to everyone that our class was the top. It was all to maintain this pride and statue of the class of 2020. And as I said before, the class of 2020 does not mess around with Spirit Week. We most definitely secured that. As a class, we also made sure to have fun in the classroom. Addison would wake up from his naps and chime in with some witty comment. Spencer always had something funny to say, and Isaiah's cute smile, it just is absolutely contagious. It could take anyone out of a bad mood. Some teachers, not all, but some, helped us on this important mission to bring excitement into school. Mrs. Haskins was one of the leading teachers in this movement. Almost every day, there was something to look forward to in her class, whether it was Ice Pop Day, a class outside, dropping something off of the roof, or launching something onto the roof. Mr. Hanson, Mr. Hanson was another advocate for fun. Whip-arounds, mental floss, captivating stories of high school, heated cahoots, and random life lessons would always make sure that we kept the pulse, at least some of us. And who can forget Mr. Rose? I mean, what's more thrilling than reading Hamlet for a month? Exhilarating. Thank you so much to all the teachers, especially Mrs. Haskins, Mr. Hanson, and Mrs. Lehman, that have made school so much more than memorization and tests. They have put forth the effort to form relationships, keep us interested, inspire us, and bring a little excitement into the classroom. Thank you so much for all the hard work that you've done to get us to where we are today. You have shaped a lot of lives of this class of 2020 and allowed us to make a lot of great memories. I know that I would certainly not be speaking here today if it wasn't for your amazing efforts. In addition to having fun in the classroom, our class also made every attempt to capitalize on school projects. Whenever possible, we would make the wackiest, most outrageous movies that would be tied loosely to the subject at hand, sometimes very loosely. There was the all-time classic Latin video, Searching for Medusa, which featured the dynamic duo from Australia, played by JD and Sean. on the quest to capture Medusa, played by Peter. It had about 3 lines of Latin, and Medusa's a Greek myth, but close enough. We also can't forget the Wild West version of Romeo and Juliet, and of course the sequel, Western Othello, 2 fine films that were robbed of their Oscar nominations. A lot of these classics are on the Peanut Clan YouTube channel if you feel so inclined to indulge. Make sure to smash the like button and hit subscribe. Don't forget the bell either. Alright, now we're done with that. Going back to the speech. Growing up in such a small, tight-knit community, we have formed a lot of great relationships from a young age that a lot of other graduates will never experience. Of course, there were the frustrating times, conflicting opinions, and a handful of vendettas, but in the end, all those things seem to drift in the background, and we remember the great times that we had together as a class. Going to the same school for 13 years as a class, we have formed a lot of great memories. There were the absolutely legendary holiday party in elementary school, where we would spend the entire day watching movies, eating cupcakes, drinking punch, absolutely elite. There was also the Darien Lake trips in middle school, where we would pour all of our money into candy and then go on the tallest roller coaster. Not a great combo, I will say. We have also had fantastic memories in high school, such as the Europe trip, prom, Raider Ball, and a lot of stories that are not really fit for a speech. All these memories, as well as the bad memories, such as losing in sectionals on this field, missing out on our senior spring, have solidified us into a strong community of friends. Because after all, memories are really what is at the heart of friendship. Even after we step into the real world, we become active members of our society, fulfilling our passions and doing our part to help the world. We will still have a little bit of that HCS pride and class of 2020 pride in us. We have so much to be proud for. Our religion, our resilience, our ability to have fun, our spirit, and most amazing memories that we have formed together. This pride that we have for this class is what will keep us a strong community of wonderful individuals, even when we're hundreds of miles away from each other. I will always be proud to be part of the class of 2020, and I'll be proud to be an HCS alum, because we are a class of resilience and spirit. The friendships that I've formed in this K-12 building are and will ever be a huge part of my life. And on that note, I will end my speech with the words that we all love to hear come out of Mr. Hanson's mouth 20 minutes into our class. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Theo. We will now have our second presentation of diplomas. Valedictorian Timothy Mansfield will read the names of his classmates.
Delaney Gray Phelan. Madison Leslie Schoonmaker. Brandon Allen Schultz. John Douglas Spear. Molly May Stahl. Jacob Christopher Stewart. Adeline Donna Tennis. Spencer Grady Thomas. Gabriel A. Trontoski. Carly Deanne Underwood, out present team. Paxton William Joseph Wells. Ian Scott Wilson. Shelby Ann Wiknowski. Ty Swick Whitworth. And our salutatorian, Theo Alexander McCon.
Our next speaker is Senior Class President William Eberhardt. Will is son of Kristen and Ben Eberhardt. During his junior year, he was awarded RIT Innovation and Creativity Award. Will was Student Council Vice President, National Honor Society Vice President, and member of Language Club, Advocates, Ski Club, and SAD. He has also been a major contributor to our master's program. Will be attending Elon University in the fall, majoring in management. Please welcome.
thank you all for being here in person. It's a risk and we appreciate it. And thank you all watching at home for tuning in on this unique evening. When I first realized I would have to stand here today and speak to all of you about our past, present, and future, I did not know what I wanted to say. I asked myself, Will, what do you want to say to high school? To the past 4 years of your life? There are plenty of things I could say. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. It's been great. It's been awful. I could thank my friends, I could thank my family, but nothing seemed to do it justice. And if there is anything that we are learning as we prepare to use our voices and go out into the world, it's that justice is vital for a better tomorrow. In order to do right by the class of 2020, I have to mention the elephant in the room. We had finally reached the last couple months of our senior year, the final stretch in the marathon that is high school. A few months that were supposed to make all of the hardships of the last 4 years worth it. Make the studying worth it. Make the reading worth it. Make sitting through another one of Mr. Hansen's stories worth it. Just kidding, we loved your stories. They took up a lot of time. But in March, everything changed when we all got that call from Mr. Dowsland. A few weeks of school at home. Okay. I remember getting the call with my dad and being a little excited to have a break from school. But as the date kept getting pushed later and later, we all began to ask ourselves, is this it? Did we all meet in Forum on March 13th for the last time and not even know it? When we said goodbye to each other on Friday the 13th, would that be the last time I saw my class together? The people I had grown up with for 13 years? Our high school careers over? I thought, that can't be right. This isn't how High School Musical ended. Where was our finale number? Where were the final memories our parents told us we would cherish for the rest of our lives? It didn't seem fair. But as we all sat home, we watched the days go by. April 10th, the beginning of Language Club's trip to Costa Rica. May 9th, our senior prom. May 22nd, our final May Jam. Our last Regents, well, I'm okay without that one. Yes, we were disappointed, to say the least, but we didn't give up. In fact, I was astonished seeing everyone's positive attitude even when our senior year was slipping out of our hands. So amazed seeing everyone's resilience to this obstacle. But when I thought about it, how could I be shocked? Resilience is a quality I have seen over and over again from the class of 2020. When our speakers blew up during the winter ball, we packed up and moved the party to the gym, and within minutes it was back up and running. When we needed the best hallway to beat the seniors our junior year, Addison became an electrician and created one of the most amazing hallways Hamilton has ever seen, and you can't debate me on that. When we were down a point against the juniors, Sammy and Kelton stepped up and carried us to our second consecutive Raider Ball win. Like we said, one of the few in Hamilton history. Of course, we were able to overcome this. However, these last 4 months have not been easy. Online classes were difficult, but we slumped out of bed and did it, no matter how many times we just wanted to skip it. All of the canceled events were disappointing, but we didn't dwell in these misfortunes. We powered through. During this time, we were faced with many obstacles. But here we are today. No matter how many times we were told, I want you to have a graduation, but don't get your hopes up. We never gave up hope. We worked with our advisors and Hamilton's faculty to plan various scenarios that allowed us to be here together today. Because that's what the class of 2020 does. We adapt and overcome. No, it doesn't look how we imagined, but we are all here together one last time. Something 4 months ago we didn't know would be possible. Just like all the obstacles we have faced throughout high school, we were able to overcome this one as well. But it doesn't stop here. This challenge isn't finished. We are beginning our adult lives in a world vastly different from just 6 months ago. But it is up to us. We are the future, and we must carry the resilience we have shown beyond high school and apply it to the changing world we find ourselves in. We can take on obstacles big or small because we are the class of 2020, and we have a vision for tomorrow. High school was just the beginning. We will all go through trials and tribulations no matter what path we choose. We will be dumb. We will be responsible. We will experience new things and appreciate the lessons we have learned on the way. But we must remember the foundation we have built here at HCS in the 13346, because no matter where you go or how the world changes, resilience will never go out of style. Now, before I wrap it all up, a couple of selfish thank yous. I would not be here today without the amazing faculty and staff of Hamilton Central School. These wonderful people have taught me academically, but along the way have given me skills and lessons to last a lifetime. I am so glad our class has such a wonderful community to return to, and I can't wait to come back and give you all a giant hug when it's socially acceptable. Next, my friends, the people I have bothered for over a decade, I love you all so much, and it is never lost on me how lucky I am to have friends like you that make saying goodbye so difficult. Finally, my family, my number one fans, the people I owe it all to, thank you. You have always been there for me when I needed you and loved me every step of the way. To my mother, who has taught me to always lead with kindness and has been a prime example of doing so. And to my father, someone I've looked up to my whole life, someone who has taught me what strength and resilience truly means. Thank you. Now, as I draw this speech to a close, there is no other way that I can think of to truly say goodbye to HCS and the class of 2020. So, without further ado, and I really mean it this time, if you see something, say something. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Will. Normally at this point in our ceremony, we present the senior slideshow. Due to the changes in venue, we will not be able to present it today, but it will be available online, so please visit the HCS website to find the slideshow. Thank you to Addison and Will and all those that contributed to the video. And I do have a long list of thank yous for making today happen. So one of the traditions we have at graduation is to celebrate the musical talent within our school. And I'd like to take this time to thank Mr. Coldren for his work with our musicians. They were able to create 2 virtual music presentations while we were practicing social distancing. The first was entitled, "You Will Never Walk Alone." The second was "Pomp and Circumstance," which we'll hear at the conclusion of the ceremony today. So thank you, Mr. Coldren. I'd like to thank the Hamilton PTO for their support throughout the year, and most recently their work to help decorate for today's commencement. Thank you. Mrs. Powery has worked very hard to help with the organization of today's commencement. This is also her last commencement, as she will be officially retired in a few days. Thank you for your help, Mrs. Powery, and know that we will miss you here at HCS. Mrs. Mendez has helped me with many aspects of putting this event together, as well as previous events that we have held to recognize our seniors. Thank you, Mrs. Mendez. I want to recognize the entire maintenance and cleaning staff for all their work preparing the fields, the bleachers, the parking lots. They have worked very hard to make today possible for us. Many pieces had to come together for today, and it was all new to everyone. They did an outstanding job, and I really appreciate all the things they do for HCS all year long. Thank you. Mr. Rogers and Mr. Larson have worked hard to make sure the technical piece of this program were all functioning, and they were able to stream the ceremony for the many people who could not be here with us today because of the restrictions due to COVID-19. Thank you. Mrs. Lehman, the senior class advisor. She has always been one step ahead of all that needs to be completed with the senior class. This year was no exception. Even with all the changes that had to take place, Mrs. Lehman was on top of everything. Thank you so much for your support for our seniors. Lastly, I'd like to thank all the adults, parents, HCS staff, community members, and others who have had an impact on our students' lives. Your guidance has played an important role in the development of these fine young men and women. And I have to do a little bit of housekeeping. After the ceremony concludes, please do not gather in the parking lot or other areas on campus. Unfortunately, everyone will have to leave. As you exit, remember to wear your masks and practice social distancing. Please take home the pictures that mark your seating area and the banners on your way out. At this time, I will certify our graduates. I do hereby confirm that I am the secondary school principal for the Hamilton Central School District. In this capacity, do duly certify that all candidates before me have successfully met all the requirements for graduation as set forth by the state of New York. Congratulations, graduates. It is my great pleasure to present you the Hamilton Central class of 2020.